Hey babes, it's Sula Top Music Box and welcome back to the channel. Today on the channel we're going to be listening to Gracie Abrams' new album titled The Secret of Us. Very excited to listen to this new album. I have recently just reacted to Good Riddance and I absolutely loved the record. It was so vulnerable, so deep, so emotional, and so sad, honestly. And I mean, as a sad bitch, I just related to it a lot. I felt like I could have used that album, you know, a couple years ago when I was like 18, even 16. I could have used those type of songs to get me through some hard times. All these emotions from the past just came rushing back to me when I was listening to that album, and it was just honestly a really like deep listen. And it was probably one of my most serious videos that I've made in a while, talking about lyrics. I've been reacting to a lot of more fun stuff, but I really like to listen to my, you know, sad, vulnerable lyrics as well. I've heard that this album has a little bit more upbeat songs. I'm not sure like how true that holds, but I guess I'm gonna find out reacting today. It is 47 minutes and 39 seconds, so gonna be here for a little minute. 13 tracks, very interesting. Also, I see that there's a Taylor Swift feature on this, and it's interesting that there's 13 tracks because that's Taylor Swift's favorite number. I don't know if that's intentional or not. Let's talk about some of the ones that I think will ruin me. I'm definitely ready for Us featuring Taylor Swift. I mean, I want to hear that. It's also Us, period. Why the f in lowercase? Always red flag when the song's in lowercase. And there's also a period behind it. That is like very red flag energy. Featuring Taylor Swift also is crazy. I mean, I feel like Taylor Swift rarely does features, so that's kind of iconic. And yes, I did see the clip of them like cooking something and it catching on fire in the kitchen. That was crazy. Another song I'm kind of into is Good Luck Charlie. Like, you know, it would have been super iconic if we would have got the Bridget Mendler feature Gracie. That would have been super iconic, but nonetheless, looking forward to that track. I can't not think about Good Luck Charlie when I read that title. The last one that I think is gonna ruin me today on the channel, probably Risk. I know Risk has like a lot of streams, and I know it was one of the singles, and who doesn't like when a bitch takes a risk? Let's talk about this album cover real quick. Ms. Gracie, loving the short hair. The short hair is so cute. It looks good. It's crisp. Its face card does not decline, bitch. Like, whenever you can pull off a short haircut like that, you're just hot. And then I love this Secret of Us title. It's in yellow. Yellow makes me think kind of sunshine, of happiness, so I feel like that's an interesting color because like the last Gracie album I listened to was so sad, so I'm wondering if this one's gonna be a little more happy and upbeat. I also love her gold hoops. It's like matching with the title. I'm also wondering, based on the title, The Secret of Us, like what the it's gonna like mean. You know, I feel like maybe there's some type of secret to like this person. I don't know. I have no idea if she's in a relationship or not. I don't know enough about her, but I'm really excited to listen to these tracks and see how I'm gonna feel on the channel today. Let me get into the first track, and it is called Felt Good About You. It's actually kind of scary now that I'm thinking about it. Felt good about you, because it's like she felt. So are we feeling bad about the person now? Gracie, no. Oh no, why did I think this was about to be happy?
Felt good about you till I didn't. Crossed lines past lost clear vision.
I felt good about you till I didn't. Cross lines past lives, clear vision. So we felt good about this person. We were in love, but then eventually something changed and we just didn't feel good about them anymore. The production's already a little more upbeat and doesn't have that like folky songwriter feel to it.
What you demanded, picture perfect like you planned it. You were fighting more than laughing, black and blue. Hard, then I lost your interest. Felt good about you.
Okay, I like the little drum in the background.
Bad nights, new girls, misgivings.
Bad nights, new girls, misgivings. Did he cheat, Gracie?
All my friends, they tried to stop me, wanting you to call on me to walk away and choose.
Lots of repetition so far in this chorus and with the lines felt good about you. It's not hitting as hard for me as Good Riddance yet. I mean, I know we're on the first track, but there was a lot of repetition in that album, like with the I Wish I Could Block Me Out, you know, all these different like songs that had all the repetition. This one's not hitting as much, like Felt Good About You. I don't know if it's like the production or not sure, but let me keep listening.
Got me thinking, future planning for no reason.
Ooh, that's the worst. Really got me thinking, future planning for no reason. You're like planning out your life with someone and you think y'all are gonna be together forever, and it's just like ended up being for nothing because y'all didn't work out.
I realized I felt fuller with without you.
Damn. Alright. That was Felt Good About You. I didn't really honestly care for that one too much. I don't know if that's like a fan favorite or not, but I don't know. It felt very repetitive. I felt like the production kind of stayed consistent throughout the song. I have a feeling this album might be like a lot different than Good Riddance based on that track. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try not to compare them too much, but because I know artists like to evolve and like change their styles and try new things. But so far, I don't know how I felt about that one. Maybe after a few more listens it would grow more, but right now it's not like a fave. Getting into the second track called Risk. Ooh, Gracie, are you about to take a risk? Was it a risk, this relationship that you took? Was it a risk that you put everything into this relationship? Or are we about to take another risk on another person? Ooh, I like this guitar. Ooh, I like this one. This one's fun. I love the guitar riff. Guess I'm scared of you shooting it down. You can just talk and I'll stare at your mouth. You could be bad, but I want to find out. She wants to take a risk and see.
Light on, and I feel like I could die.
Oh my god.
Actually invested, haven't even met him. The risk is drowning, but I'm gonna take it.
Heard the risk is drowning, but I'm gonna take it. You're jumping in the deep end, maybe getting into a new relationship, and like you might drown because maybe from the previous, relationship, I felt good about you till I didn't. It didn't work out and you drowned at one point. So now it's like you're taking a second chance on love, but you're scared you're gonna drown. But she's gonna take it. She's gonna take the risk. To be in love, you gotta take a risk. I mean, it's just all a chance, and it's a beautiful thing to experience love. But if you don't open up yourself emotionally to another person and like take that risk to be in love, then you just won't be, and you might miss out on something great.
Isn't it fun thinking I'm right when I'm probably wrong? Holding my breath like I miss someone. And you're not here, God, I'm actually invested. This be the wrong thing, classic. God, I'm gonna bend till I break and you'll be my favorite mistake.
Very interesting. It's like we're pitting the downfall before maybe it happens. I'm gonna bend till I break and you'll be my favorite mistake. It's like kind of self-sabotaging almost, like the relationship's not gonna work out. Girl, we gotta take the risk and see first,
Too soon to tell you I love you.
How do y'all feel about too soon to tell you I love you? I think if you're feeling it, I mean, you can't withhold what you're feeling. Like, you should tell someone. Maybe not like after the first date. Maybe you do feel that way, but maybe after a first few dates, you could say it. I don't think like you should have to wait forever to say that, but maybe not on the first date. I'm not sure like how progressed this relationship is she's discussing, but how do y'all feel about that?
Think I really want this. I'm not even kidding. Actually invested, haven't even met yet.
Ooh, I like the snare drum getting it in the background. Dude, I like the drum on that one. Sorry if I sound so nasally, y'all. I still feel really sick. Like, I'm having a long recovery with the sickness that I got. I feel like the past couple videos, I've sounded so sick. Risk was good. I liked Risk. I like the concept of the song. There's so much risk in, like, opening yourself up and falling in love again. Especially, like, if you've already experienced it and it didn't work out the first time, or second time, third time, however many times it's been, for Gracie. There's so much risk in, like, opening yourself up again and taking that chance on love, and you might spiral again and you might drown. But it's also like if you don't take the risk, then like you're closing yourself off to something great. I think taking the risk is like the right choice. Getting into Blowing Smoke.
I cut the rope and you fell from the tower.
Cut the rope and you fell from the tower. Were they trying to climb into your bedroom? It's also kind of giving Rapunzel vibes.
I let it go for my peace of mind. Bit the bullet, it didn't hurt. The image of you kissing her.
Ooh. Bit the bullet, it didn't hurt, but I still hate the image of you kissing her. I really like this one, how it sounds so far.
Tell me, is she prettier than she was on the internet? Are your conversations cool? Like, are you even interested? You far.
Such an interesting line Tell me, is she prettier than she was on the internet? I feel like that's such a like new wave thing. Like I feel like that wasn't something people were saying, 20 years ago. Is she prettier than she was on the internet? In a YouTube video, like I'm not doing anything, like I don't have a filter or anything on this video, like this is just straight from my webcam. But you can even put like filters like on your camera or webcam to make you look better. Like I feel like that's just such a new wave thing, and it's kind of scary, honestly. Like people just don't look as good as they do in photos. I feel like that's something that a lot of girls might think, is she prettier than she was on the internet? And if she was, damn, that's crazy. Ooh, I know everything they don't. It seems like this person opened up to Gracie and like told them a lot of like their past and like what they've been through, and they got really emotionally vulnerable with Gracie, and like, she's saying they're just blowing smoke. I'll say what they won't. I know everything they don't. Like I know all these things about you, and you opened up to me. And I feel like, guess she's thinking that, this person isn't opening up as much to this new girl. And she's kind of like obsessing over the thought of it, honestly.
I hear a voice like a boom in my tower. You look stupid going out.
Oh shit. Oh my god, Gracie is coming for this person, and you look stupid going out. If she's got a pulse, she meets your standards now. Holy shit. Damn.
Brighter than the stars. Tell me if she takes you far. Blowing smoke, I'll say what they want. I was so impressed at your hotel. Took a drag and read aloud to me.
Sounds like some kind of like fantasy. I was so impressed at your hotel, took a drag and read out loud to me, and you knew my last love let me down. Took the risk on this new person, and so like romantic, so dreamy, like they're like sharing a cigarette or something and reading maybe a book, maybe poetry or something. Seeming like she just really risked everything for this person, and she feels so let down, kind of almost jealous that this person is getting with someone else, because she feels like she risked everything and gave everything for this person.
I'm enough away from all the baggage you've been carrying.
I really like the concept of the song. I like how Gracie's being on the track. She's really just kind of admitting to thinking about this other girl that this person is with, and she's kind of obsessing over them, and like, is she prettier than she is on the internet? Like, do y'all have even interesting conversations? Like, are you even interested in like what she has to say? I feel like Gracie's really hurt that she risked it all for this person and they didn't stick around. Maybe Gracie opened up a lot, and that person felt like they couldn't handle that. Maybe they had some arguments that just led to them breaking up. Maybe he cheated. I'm not really sure. But it just seems like Gracie is feeling that since, Olivia Rodrigo, jealousy started following me. Feeling jealous, seeing this person out and about with other people. We're getting into the next track, and it is called I Love You, I'm Sorry. Gracie! I hope it's not the same person that she's been referring to so far in the record. I hope it's like a new person.
I told the truth, oh, but you didn't like it. You went home.
Oof. Alright, so something about, she told the truth, you didn't like it, you went home. I wonder what the truth was, and maybe that's why, like, the relationship came to a closure.
It's the way life goes. I like to slam doors closed. I love you, I'm sorry.
Trust me, I know it's always about me. I love you, I'm sorry. That's just the way it goes. I like to slam doors closed. This also kind of brings me back to Good Riddance a bit. I like to slam doors closed. There was a lot of like her gatekeeping her feelings and emotions in Good Riddance, and her just like not opening up.
I've been talking, but not all that often. We're cool now. Wistfully lean out my window and watch the sunset, 'cause that's just the way life
Oh,
goes.
that was really sad. The imagery was really beautiful there. Going somewhere, same, and I'll have a drink, wistfully lean out of my window and watch the sunset on the lake. It's just kind of like, she's gonna have a drink her glass of red wine or whatever. It makes me think about sitting on the porch and just looking at the sunset, and it's kind of sad, I guess, if you have to do that alone. Like, that's something that I always do, like, with, my partner or my family, and it's like a really beautiful moment. And it could be really nice to do it alone as well, but I feel like she's just trying to like reflect on everything and like think about all the things that have happened. It's definitely like a reflection moment. That's what the imagery like kind of makes me think.
Thankful you don't send someone to kill me.
Gracie, what the hell?
It's what it is, a habit to kick the age-old curse. I can amends, this shit never ends, I'm wrong again.
I love the accountability that she's taking on this track. It's just nice to hold yourself accountable and realize, like, she said, you were the best, but you were the worst. As sick as it sounds, I loved you first. I was it is what it is, a habit to kick the age-old curse. I tend to laugh whenever I'm sad. I stare at the crash, it actually work. Making amends, this shit never ends. I'm wrong again, the way life goes. I mean, life is just not a straight linear line. Most people, it's not all mapped out for you. It is just push and pull and waves and calmness. I feel like there's just so much to go through, and it seems like she really just like wasn't her best at this point in life, and she's really like taking accountability of that, just reminiscing. But it's like she still loves this person, and she is sorry. She's sorry for the way she acted. We still don't know what the truth was, from that first line in the opening of the song, but have a feeling like it was something that she's not proud of that happened.
I love you, I'm sorry the way about me. I love you, I'm sorry.
Oh, that one though, I love you, I'm sorry, might actually be my favorite one so far. I love songs like this because I don't think as humans we are all perfect. Like, I make so many mistakes. I probably make a mistake, at least one mistake a day. I don't think by any means I'm perfect, and I think the human experience is just perfectly imperfect. We're just designed with flaws, and we are designed to make mistakes and up, and that's just the reality. Anybody out here who's saying they're perfect and that they were so wronged and that they did nothing, in the case that is sometimes the truth, of course, but most of the time it takes two to tango, and there was both push and pull from both people in the relationship, and it really was double-sided. The downfall of the relationship. I think most of the time there's a cause to why people do things in relationships, and like why things end the way they do. And the vice versa of that, why a relationship is healthy and why it is strong, it's because it takes two to tango, and like both people are like pushing and pulling, but like pushing for like greater things in the relationship. And I think if it ends sour sometimes the relationship, I think maybe both people were pushing and pulling, and they were pushing in not the best ways that they could. That statement also just doesn't hold true all the time. Of course, like I said, like sometimes people really get wronged, and especially taking accountability for her actions, which I just really appreciate. I feel like a lot of musicians just like don't do that. All right, we're getting into Us, period, featuring Taylor Swift. I'm sure this is like the one that most people were hyped for. I mean, when the Taylor Swift do features, that is like so rare. So I'm super excited to see like what this track has in store, and it's just called Us, period. It's definitely like super interesting.
I know, it felt just like a joke.
Oh shit.
And if history's clear, someone always ends up in ruins.
Ooh, I don't know if Taylor Swift wrote on a lot of these tracks. Let me actually check, because I don't want to like seem stupid. Yeah, it says Taylor Swift wrote on this one. I can tell just by how this song sounds that Taylor Swift also was a writer on this track. It already has like a little bit more sophistication to it than some of the other tracks. If history's clear, someone always ends up in ruins. And then I see like the word, Babylon lovers hanging lifetimes on a vine. I feel like it's like the sophisticated storytelling is like really like shining through. Ooh, I like them, like the Us ad-libs. You could definitely hear Taylor's voice as well. I really like this one a lot. This probably is my favorite one, actually. I could just tell Taylor wrote on it. The production also sounds really good. I think Aaron Dessner, is that his name? I think he also produced some of Taylor Swift's albums. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know Jack Antonoff is on a bunch, but I believe he was like involved in like some of the songs like on Folklore. I could be wrong. But I'm also trying to like dissect this track a little bit. Do you miss us? Wonder if you regret the secret of us. I wonder like what the secret is, because Gracie also said like she told this person the truth in the last record, and we didn't really get to find out like what the truth was. So I'm wondering like what's the secret of us? Like I said, is the secret of us just like love story? Was it just like really powerful and there was just something magic about the relationship, and that's kind of like the secret of us, like how we, you know, were together and how it felt? Or is it like more deep than that? Is there actually like a secret that is being withheld from the audience, you know, us as listeners?
You're 29 years old, so how can you recall when always end up in ashes?
Ooh, Taylor! And if history's clear, the flames always end up in ashes. So the fire, you know, the rage, it just ends up burning out, and it just, you know, goes back into the ground as an ash, as dirt, and it falls, it crumbles, you know? Same thing with like, you know, how Gracie mentioned in a few tracks ago about the castle, kind of the tower falling. Everything destructive, like fire is so destructive, it all just comes crumbling down. It's kind of making me think about Taylor Swift's song Castles Crumbling as well with Paramore. Kind of like having a parallel there, but it all just like comes crumbling down, you know? Violence or fire of something. Not always. I mean, I don't believe that always is true in relationships, but it seems like it's hanging true in this one.
Babylon lovers hanging missed calls on the line. I felt it, you held it, do you miss? Wonder if you regret the secret. We're talking false prophets and prophets. They
Oh shit. Oh my god. Dude, the writing on this one is so good. That night you were talking false prophets, and prophets they make in the margins of poetry sonnets. That's one thing I just really have to appreciate too. I know Gracie also wrote some of this song, but with Taylor Swift's, you know, collaborating on it with her, I have to give Taylor Swift her coin where it's due. She is an incredible songwriter. I mean, that is beautiful. It's literally like poetry, you know what I'm saying? It's really good. So they were talking, you know, that night you were talking false prophets, like we were hyping up, you know, a false ideal, a false narrative, talking up like some people that just like shouldn't be a prophet, you know, like they're not messiahs and prophets. So you were also trying to get a coin, make some money. I remember someone too said, I don't know if this is about the same person, like I said, I feel like I don't get into the lore too much of artists, but it's kind of making me think about, someone had mentioned in the Good Riddance reaction that Gracie was involved with like, I think her first album or something, and like who produced that with her, and it's kind of making me think that they kind of maybe were riding on her success and riding, you know, on her poetry sonnets, you know, for prophets. But I'm not really sure if that's what she's getting at here. The curse of a miracle, hearse or an oracle, your incomparable was chemical, you plus me. The fire was gonna cause an explosion. So I definitely think this person did something that was She also mentioned something about the person being 29. She's only 24 now, I believe. Ooh, I feel too like Taylor Swift was maybe feeling some of these lyrics as well. You know, do you miss the flame of us? The outline, well, sometimes do you miss us? I mean, she has that whole Lover album about a person in her past. And I don't really need to know like who Gracie's referring to, but I would like to know more if there was like a power dynamic in the relationship. And it's interesting, like she's still asking, even after all this shit that she said, you know, literally like putting up false prophets and like, you know, wanting prophets and all this shit, she's still saying like, do you miss us? It's just super interesting, because you would think that she wouldn't miss them, but she's still putting that question out there. It's like, I feel like she still does. I don't know how that's supposed to make me feel. We're getting into the next track. It's called Let It Happen. Ooh, Gracie Abrams, what are we about to let happen on this goddamn song? I'm getting nervous. I like this little guitar right here.
Walking contradiction, and it shows.
Mood.
Could end up here alone.
I really like that line. I've got a history of being in control. That's definitely something I honestly actually could relate to. I really like being in control of like my own life, my own narrative. When I first got in a relationship, I thought it was kind of hard to, like, you have to compromise and be willing to, you know, work with another person. You can't always have the control. It has to be, like, shared throughout the relationship.
The backbone made of glass and then it broke.
Holy shit, the visual for that.
I really like how she's singing on this one. It's so sinister and dark.
I bet all my money that I will lose to you and hand you my life. Turn me into something tragic. Just for you, I let it happen.
Oh god, Gracie. It seems like she's on her way to falling head over heels for someone again. And she's like, this probably won't work out. You know, I don't love you yet, but I'm probably gonna. It's gonna be tragic, but you know what? Just for you, I'll let it happen. Like, I was vibing with you. You were cute. You know, my glass backbone shattered for you. And she's just feeling like warm and, you know, ooey gooey for this person. But we're gonna let it happen, and we're gonna ride this out and see how it goes.
Can tell that I'm projecting half the time.
Dude, the self-awareness. That's such a good line. I lack context, so I've made up all these lies. Like, when you're not sure about, you know, how someone feels. This can even just relate to, like, in general, like, us as, like, an audience. Like, me, like, analyzing these songs, trying to analyze and connect with these songs and, like, figure out some of the meanings or how, you know, my own personal interpretations. Like, it's like I lack context, so I've made up all these lies. Like, I don't really know, you know, what's happening in Gracie Abrams' life, and even, like, the things that she does choose to reveal online. Like, we're never gonna know, like, the ins and out of, like, what is actually happening in an artist's life. So we're kind of just, like, lacking context, so we kind of just, like, relate things to, like, the best way that we know how to. So it's just like, that's just, like, such a crazy line. I really like that.
Vain, I can't believe I have to be her. Something tragic, just for you, I let it happen.
Oh god.
My skies pouring.
Oh shit, the bridge is gonna destroy me. I was like she's in her bed, like, eating her ice cream and just, like, like, spiraling while this person's, like, probably out on the prowl, like, at the club. Oh my god, no. Girl, I hope so too, Gracie. Dude, what the fuck? I'm really liking this album as it progresses. Like, I think it's getting even better. I thought it was a slow start for me, especially with the first track. Like, it didn't feel like a strong opener for me, but it really makes sense, the lyrical content of that one, in terms all these other tracks that are happening. It's like she's falling in love again, and she's nervous, and she's like, dude, is this gonna happen? Like, is it gonna be this time? You know, here's to hoping that, you know, this is the one. I'm just gonna let it happen, and we're gonna have to fucking see if this works. Like, she's just taking chance, you know, and just hoping that, you know, this is gonna be the one. Gracie, I really hope it is, but I'm not sure. The next song is called Tough Love.
Took a train to Boston and I wanted to cry. He's gone, I'm 24 and it's a Saturday night.
Oof.
I ran a date for like a summer and I leave when I'm bored. They said I might like him more.
Oh.
You know I like him more. And I laughed a second, he tried to call my bluff. I guess it's always funny until it's not. When he's on random and not one of them is cooler than all my friends.
Okay. Alright, I really like her flow on the verses a lot. I like the verses definitely better than the chorus personally. I really like what she's kind of getting at in this song. I think she's kind of getting at, like, you know what, you know, I'll keep my heart somewhat open, but, like, I'd rather hang out with my friends, and let me not waste my 20s on all these men. Let me just, like, go have fun and live my life, and if, you know, things happen, you gonna let it happen. Per Ellie Goulding, you know, but don't spiral in obsessions about it. Like, go have fun with your friends and, like, live your life. And usually that's when, like, the greatest things happen, when you live your life and you have fun.
Wasted with the sister of a boy that I met.
Oh my god.
In college, she's a weird intellect. Her boyfriend's all left. She had that effect.
God, her boyfriend's all left. She had that effect, but that's just tough love. I feel like she's, like, bonding with this girl. Like, this is her what was it called on Good Riddance, Amelie? Like, she's got that depression ass, like, narrative that Gracie was obsessed with, and now, like, Gracie's like, ooh, like, you know, this sister of a boy that I met, like, I'm bonding with her about, you know, how everybody leaves us, but, like, we both just have that effect.
I hate to leave him bleeding, but I know what I'm leaving. He kicked me
Girl, no. Ooh, sing, Gracie, if you're gonna sing. I love this, like, realization she's having. Like, the lights are going off. The saying, tough love. She's figuring out that, like, dude, this was, like, tough. Like, I had to go through these things. And, like, she's like, I'm actually having a blast with my friends. Like, we're just hanging out. And I'm having, like, some really good, some really good, meaningful relationships and friendship. And maybe, why am I, like, doing this and, like, obsessing over being in, like, love and a relationship and, like, it all working out? Let me just, like, live in my moment and have fun with my friends and live my 20s. And, like, I really like that because things are meant to be, like, they're gonna happen. Like, obviously, like, you gotta keep yourself open and, have conversations with people and not shut anybody out. But I do think, like, you need to, like, live your life and have fun and just, like, there's so much the world and just, like, life to explore out there and to live. Fixating on love might make it harder for you to find love because you might be easier to jump on, like, the first person that seems like they want to share that with you. But if you really just, like, have fun and make, like, meaningful friendships and just live your truth and, like, do things that you want to do, I really think, like, it will all just work out in the end. I really have to be a firm believer in that. We're getting into the next track, and it is called I Knew It, I Know You. Girl, what do you know about this person? Gracie Abrams is such a guitar girly.
I've lived a lot, I've loved and lost, I've let the rain in. All I did was right by me, I heard that almost killed you. I've waited on apology, I'm sorry, and I'm not sorry.
I can't pretend that I'm sorry when I'm not sorry. I feel like this person was maybe waiting on, how she says, like, some apologies from her, but she doesn't feel sorry. She feels like she made the right decision and she's, like, sticking behind it.
I cheered the loudest for you when you won your trophy on your planet.
Ooh, everything's revolving around this other person's world.
Don't you feel alone at night? Well, I just can't pretend that I'm sorry. The dark, we could get it.
I like this bridge. Oh, I love in the production how it got, like, so, electric. Like, she was really hyping it up, climaxing, and then it came back down when she's like, we could both calm down. That was nice.
Changed for me and I told you all I ever did was consider you. All I could do was consider me.
I love the down ad-libs in the back.
You really thought you would get what you wanted.
What did this person do? She's like, it's not my fault you can't sit with the hard thing. And she said that, she was their entertainment from a dark place. Like, I'm really, and it seems like they were waiting out on an apology, but, like, Gracie's like, I'm not sorry. You knew it, I know you. The title of the track, it's just like, I knew that you weren't ever considering me. It seems like she was really considering them, and now she's just like, I'm living for me now. I really wonder who this is about. It kind of makes me think almost that it's about a friendship in a way, or, like, maybe someone in the industry, and, like, maybe they had, like, some kind of, like, unspoken beef, and then she decided to talk to them, and, like, it kind of just didn't go how she really thought it was gonna go, or it kind of, in the back of her mind, she knew how it would be, and it kind of turned out like that. I'm not really sure, but damn. I gotta go pee. We're gonna get into the next track, and it's called Gave You I, Gave You I. She was very considerate of that person, and they weren't considerate of her, so I feel like maybe that kind of ideal will carry through on this track. Oh shit, so intense, that note.
With a crash and now I break.
Oh.
I gave you,
okay, she gave herself in this relationship, friendship.
But I'm just so embarrassed now. I held my head, I used told you. You got bored and I felt used. Now I'm all sad about it.
Oh my god, you got bored and I felt used. Now I'm all sad about it. I held my head, I used to hold you, but now I'll walk around us. I feel like she's really over how this person seemed to not consider her. I have a feeling like maybe if it's a relationship she's speaking about, like maybe they cheated or something based on some of the other lines in, like, previous tracks. Oh, love the strumming.
That you weren't ready, my honest commitment. I sat and listened, just a placeholder to fill the hole
god, was I just a placeholder to fill the hole inside you? I feel like they were just bored. Literally, like she's saying, they were just bored. And then when they think, in their opinion, that something better came along, they just decided to dip. But Gracie gave this person her commitment.
Over her now, are you?
Oh my god, did they go back to their ex?
I'm so sad about it.
Oh, that down, like that note it ends it on too. It's such like a punch to the gut. Oh, you got bored and I felt used. Now I'm sad about it. The repetition of that at the end, like, just hurts. And I'm also like, dude, did they get back with their ex? Because of that one line, you're not over her now, are you? Oh my god, I have so many questions. Gracie, what the f going on? It sucks so bad, you know, to give yourself to someone, you know, I gave you I, and you were very committed, and then like this other person was totally not committed in the same way. You were just a placeholder, somebody to like keep you company at night, but when what you wanted actually came along, you just dipped. But you were not, you know, making that other person in the relationship, aka Gracie, you were not making her aware of that, and that hurts. I hate how people just do shit like that to people. We're getting into normal thing.
It's a normal thing to fall in love with movie stars. Are you special or was this all scripted in his head?
Line, are you special or was this all scripted in his head? Like, were you ever meaning anything to him, or, you know, was this just a line he pulled out before on other girls?
I was on my couch, you were on my screen.
Oh my god, I wonder if she like fell in love with a movie star.
Don't worry, I know I'll see you again. You were great, what a show.
Oh, that's like such a good play on like how the person's a movie star that she's referring to. You were great, what a show. Like she was literally watching this person on TV and then getting involved with them in a relationship. Like it was like what a show that this person put on, that they actually like cared about Gracie. I wouldn't recommend getting close, that's how it goes. But I'll see you again because we're like both in the industry and like we're gonna cross paths at some point.
I practice speeches in private, I think we call that performing.
I feel like she was like prepping what she was gonna say, like prepping her lines to this person.
See ya.
Interesting, you were a good guy. This is a really interesting track. I feel like it's super interesting that this song is called Normal Thing, because like this isn't normal at all to fall in love with a movie star and y'all date and then y'all have to see each other like in the industry, maybe at events, at parties, whatever. I feel like this is like not normal in that sense. Like it's not a normal thing to be in the industry and fall in love with a movie star. I feel like that's pretty, you know, abnormal, and you have to have like a lot of fame to be like in that like class of people. But I guess it's like normal to like fall in love with someone and have to see them again and know you now, but I guess I'll see you. Like I knew who you were, but guess we weren't like a good fit, so I'll see you, like I'll see you eventually somewhere or whatever. I don't know, just an interesting song to title Normal Thing. Alright, we're getting into the ones that I think might ruin me. It's called Good Luck Charlie. It's just, I can't help but think of the Disney show. I mean, that's exactly what I keep thinking about. I wish Bridget was on this track, Gracie. That would have just been like iconic.
Picture of Audrey inside of your wallet.
Like Audrey Hepburn, like
You made a joke and you watched it go over his head to you.
ooh.
Good luck, Charlie.
Ooh, I feel like this is a sarcastic ass song.
Happy's her or not. Now when you fly over Michigan, I'll put the plane in the lakes in the sky.
Ooh, I just love the imagery that she writes with, like in these lyrics. For example, it's like, I feel like that's something that people do, like when they're in planes, like they're just like deep in thoughts. You know, if you're a window seat bitch, like I'm a window seat bitch, like I'll look out the planes and sometimes I listen to, most of the times I listen to music, and I'm just kind of like visualizing like different like moments and like scenes or future moments in my life that like I want to happen, and like relating it to like the music I'm listening to, and it's just like a really good image. Like I feel like this is like very relatable.
But you feel her everywhere. She is the love of your life.
Oh shit, so are they not like committing to her? Dude, oh my god.
It's her or not. Hope you're happy.
I wonder if she's really saying that with like good intent. I feel like she's pissed. I feel like Charlie basically like felt this girl was the love of his life, and like they just like didn't want to commit. They wanted to stay in the situationship, not put like a label on it. And now you know that it's her or nothing. Like like you gotta commit or it's nothing. Like you can't have her. And like I feel like they didn't commit, and she's like, Gracie's like, I hope you're happy now because you lost her. Luck, Charlie. Peace out, A-Town. Burn out. We're getting into Free now. I feel like, this person didn't commit to Gracie basically, and now Gracie feels free. Like she feels like she knows where she stands.
What you want, it's only how you feel. I hate to pull the plug, but I think I get your deal. No, I don't think you're a bad guy.
What is the song about?
You're removed. I can feel it when we talk. Then you shut it off.
I feel like this song is not what I thought it was gonna be about. This person she's referring to seems super like emotionally like closed, like they are not letting anybody in. So I'm wondering like why it's called Free Now.
I'm not mad at you, but I can't share your bed.
I guess she's just free because like it seems like she left this person because they were just way too sad and depressed.
When I kissed you in London.
London?
If you find yourself out, if there is a right timeline.
It's so interesting. It so kind of seems like she's open to being with this person, but like they gotta figure out like why they weren't able to like share all their thoughts and like open up to Gracie. Like Gracie thinks they were a good person and it seems like they had a good time, but they were still so closed off to Gracie, and Gracie wants like all of the person. She wants all or nothing. Like she doesn't want half of a person, And it just seems like they didn't meet at a good time in this other person's life, maybe.
Been less empty, all I feel is free now.
She's open to still being with this person, possibly, but she also, feels so free now because she wasn't in this like relationship that she felt like she couldn't have the full commitment in and like the emotional maturity that she was maybe looking for in the relationship. So she feels free because she like let it go, but it seems like she's still open to maybe like revisiting things at a later time, like when this person like maybe does some self-work. I'm not really sure if I interpreted Free Now right. Would love to hear y'all thoughts below on that one, but that's kind of what it made me think. We're getting into the last track on the album, y'all. It's been a journey, and it is called Close to You. I have a feeling like even though maybe she left this person, she still feels like close to them somehow.
I don't got a single problem with provocative. Smoky, dark, crowded room. I need nothing. I burn for you.
Okay. Love the synthy production on this one. I feel like the line, pull the trigger on the gun I gave you when we met, like she just wants this person to like just let her in, and then she gets close to them and then it all falls apart. She just wants them to pull the trigger and just get it over with. I just like hate to think that she's maybe gonna have a new relationship and this just happens all over again. Like I would love to see it work out for her.
Pull me in and touch my neck and now I'm dying. Chemical override, ultraviolet. Burn for you, and you don't even know.
This is like the opening to how it always starts, like falling in love.
The production, like we're literally running and chasing love again. This one's vibey though. I'm fucking getting it. Like I feel like I'm just like want to dance.
Close here. The trigger on the gun I gave you when we met.
Oh, I like the ending, taking out the music. You know what? I actually think that was such a good way to close the album. Let me be close to you. I feel like we went through so many feelings in this Secret of Us album, and now here we are. She sees somebody and they don't even know who she is, but she's like, I want to be close to you, pull the trigger, like let's do this. And I feel like that's kind of like maybe the whole theme of the album is just like falling in love and risking it all and taking chances. Secret of Us trying to think more about the title of that and exactly what that means. I feel like maybe the secret of us is just that we crave love. We all crave it. We all want it. We all want to fall in it. And it's just like, but there's that risk, like it might not work out, and just keep on moving on. You know, per Avril Lavigne, keep moving on. Gotta try, gotta take risk if you want the reward or, you know, the love. And it might not work out, but also don't forget to live your life, like how she was hanging out with her friends and everything. Enjoy the small moments in life, and love also might come your way as well. You don't always have to like seek it. I don't know, I have a lot of different thoughts about this album. Lyrical content was so really deep on The Secret of Us, super vulnerable. I really liked in this one how she took so much accountability as well. I just really like appreciate that, like in a person, because humans are so imperfect, and that's just the reality of the situation. Like, we are so imperfect, we make so many mistakes, and it's nice, you know, to hold ourselves accountable and like realize that. Definitely let me know your favorites down below, y'all. I would love to know. Tell me how y'all feeling about this album and this new sound from Gracie, The Secret of Us album. And if you made it to the end, babes, as always, you're beautiful and sexy. Thank you so much for watching and clicking on this video. I really appreciate it if you would subscribe, and if you would like this video so I can know that you like Gracie Abrams. And if you like this video, it also helps you get in touch with other YouTubers who are making similar reactions to artists that you know and love. And yeah, y'all, that's gonna be it for today, but I hope that y'all have a lovely day or a beautiful night, and I'll catch y'all soon on the channel with some more reactions. Later, babes.